Trump administration introduced further cuts to the SNAP program, which is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, I believe is the acronym. So basically, food benefits for low-income people in the United States, and the changes that he's proposing to make wouldn't allow states to have the right to exempt people from working if they are receiving food benefits and they don't have any dependents. Trump's proposals would cut off around 750,000 people from access to their food benefits, and he has also proposed two other bills relating to more strict requirements to the SNAP program, and all totaled, I believe it would cut 3.5 million people from receiving food benefits. And this is just insanity, in my opinion, because his tax cuts for the wealthy and the giant corporations was a giveaway to the oligarchic class to the tune of something like $1.5 trillion, and the SNAP program and other social service, or you could call them welfare programs if you want, require such a minuscule amount of money, and yet they are on the chopping block, and yet these programs serve the most vulnerable people in our population, people who literally need these benefits in order to survive, in order to not face food insecurity, in order to not go hungry, at night or throughout the day, or however you want to phrase it. And again, if you support Donald Trump and you aren't part of the oligarchic class, you are supporting somebody who is against your own self-interest. And we need to look past the rhetoric of Donald Trump to see what actual legislation and policies he supports, because the policies he supports have clearly shown to only benefit the very wealthy people and corporations in this country. And he hasn't drained the swamp, he's filled it. The swamp is now flooding because it's so overflowing with corruption from the Trump administration. And it's just really troubling that we live in a society that prioritizes tax cuts to the wealthy millionaires and billionaires and large corporations, while at the same time we don't provide a basic amount of security and support to the most, let's claim to still, to the most vulnerable among us. And it's, again, another reason why it's super important that we get Bernie elected as the next president of the United States, because he is one of the only candidates out there who is willing to speak up for the working people, for the working class of the United States, and willing to put their interests first above the corporations and the billionaire class. And Trump is clearly a part of that, or at least claims to be a billionaire. He doesn't release his taxes, so we don't really know about that, but that's beside the point. He obviously, we could see through his policies and the legislation that he puts forward and signs into law, he's definitely legislating and presidenting, if you will, in a way that's definitely representative of the wealthy oligarchic class, and to a huge detriment to everybody else. The vast majority of us in this society are going to eventually feel the effects of it. If it's not, it's maybe the SNAP benefits aren't, you aren't accessing them now, maybe you would need to in the future, or maybe he'll propose cuts to Social Security or Medicare, or these other programs that maybe you access, or somebody accesses, or somebody in your family. So again, we need to look past politicians' rhetoric to see what actually they're trying to sign into law and to pass, and making sure that what they're advocating for is actually going to benefit the vast majority of people as opposed to the wealthy oligarchic elite. And again, that's why it's so important that we do everything we can to make sure Bernie's the next president. Not me, us. Bernie 2020. Peace.